Hi, I'm Ed Pierce from SpaceCoastDaily.com. I'm here with Coach Renee Bellamy. She is the head women's basketball coach for Brevard Community College. Coach, welcome. I know you're excited because it's Media Day, and what that means is basketball season is right around the corner. When did you start practicing with the team this year, and what sort of things are you looking for from the Titans this season?
Well, we started official practice October 1st, but we were in preseason the first week of classes, which was August 20th. So we were basically kind of on the road more likely because we didn't have our gym facility. So we had 2 days over at FIT. They were very supportive in helping us be able to have a facility. Then we had 2 days down at the Suntree YMCA, utilizing their equipment, and we were doing different spin cycles. We were doing like body aerobics. We were doing water aerobics, all that type of stuff. And then on Fridays, we were over at the Ugalli Civic Center. So we thank all of them for the usage of their facility during the time that we were waiting on our facility to get finished.
Now, Coach, how long have you been here at BCC? And tell me a little bit about what you're looking for from this team, this group of young ladies this year.
I've been here since 2007. We've had one All-American and one All-Star in the same, and that was Crystal Bell. We currently have one All-Star now in Shanice Stevens. What I'm looking for in this particular team is competitive nature, outwork the opponent. We are looking to get to the state tournament. We are also looking to be either the 1 or 2 in the conference championship. So we want to make sure that we at least get that opportunity. We've come so close for 3 straight years in the playoffs, so we want to have our opportunities.
So in your opinion, what are the team's strengths this year, and what are going to be some of the challenges?
The strengths that we have is our speed. We get up and down the court really quick. The previous floor that we had did not allow us that opportunity to kind of get up and down the floor. Having a wooden floor is going to help us tremendously with that. We play up-tempo, transition game, so we have some speed and we have some defenders. So that's going to be one of the good things about our team. Knocking down the three-point shot, we have Olivia Atwell. She's from Vero Beach. She can knock it down very, very well. We also have some post players that can shoot the three as well. So people are going to have to guard us. We're going to be very competitive.
Coach, when you recruit a player, what are some of the things that you look at? Because it's different playing high school basketball to coming to play here at the community college level. So what are some of the things that you personally look for in recruits that you're interested in bringing here?
One of the biggest things that I look at first and foremost is their guidance counselor and making sure that they're on track to graduate. Because my current job is being the academic advisor for the college. So we want to make sure we bring in good quality students. So not just athletes that can play the game. You got to be able to do it in the classroom as well as on the court. Good character. How well they act with their coach, if they're basically coachable. So those are things that we look at and say, okay, we want to make sure that, do you listen? Are you concentrating when you're on the court? Are you a competitive nature? So when we're out recruiting, we want to make sure that they have those caliber skills.
How much during the course of a year do you actually spend in looking at films of recruits or going out and actually talking to coaches?
It gets pretty in-depth. There's times when I'll go through a course of a week where I probably only slept maybe 5 to 7 hours because of trying my best to find a lot of different caliber of student athletes, because we're up against, it's competitive. Not only I'm going after this particular athlete, someone else is going after the athlete.
But then you're also having to prepare for games,
right,
and try to win basketball games too, all at the same time. How much of a personal life do you have outside of basketball?
I have my family, my mom, my sister, and my nephew. I'm pretty much just more of a family person. So one of the biggest things for me is this group of 15 is kind of like my daughters. So I kind of look at it and say we're a knit family in itself, and then my immediate family is back home.
going into this, when does the season actually start? And officially, when's your first regular season game? And who do you think are going to be some of the tougher opponents that are on the schedule this year?
Well, the season will officially start November 2nd. We go up to a tip-off at Daytona State College. We play in that tip-off. We've been every year. We play our official home game November 6th against Santa Fe. As far as the schedule is, we have Chipola on the schedule, Santa Fe's on the schedule. College of Central Florida is pretty tough. And we also have, I'm trying to think, a team from St. Louis that comes down every year that plays us pretty competitively.
Now, you've talked a little bit about the character that you're trying to instill in these young women. What are some of the obstacles that athletes that come here might potentially face trying to play at this level?
One of the biggest obstacles is the transitioning from high school to college. I think the maturity of coming to a community college first and foremost, it gives them that opportunity to be a little bit more nurtured, so that way they got that opportunity to get mature fast as far as going straight from high school to a four-year institution where they're thrown in the circle really, really quick, as opposed to we're going to kind of nurture them and at least allow them that opportunity to get mature at a slow pace, but also at a quick pace as well.
But they also, your team also has a unique challenge that perhaps other students don't have, is that while other students may go home and study for tests the next day, your team also has to come out here and practice and play games and all. So do you have kids that are like on the bus rides studying for the trips up there? Or
we make study hall mandatory. What we have is we have a pretty structured calendar for the whole entire month. So they have 3 days within the week that is team study hall. And then they have to actually build the other time slots in there. They got to do a total of 10 hours for the week of study table. So it's pretty regimented, but it is organized and structured for them. So that way I lay it out on the calendar. You're going to class, you get something to eat, you go in the study table, you come to practice, then you got even more studying to do afterwards. So they've embraced it. I think that's one of the biggest things, is making sure that your team and your caliber of kids that you recruit embrace the system and they understand exactly, you as a leader, what you're trying to do and trying to help them in a quality of life, because technically they are still young adolescents, and we're trying our best to make sure that they at least reach their goal and reach their full potential when they leave us, because we want them to be successful when they leave us.
Now, Coach, have you already picked your starting five for the year? Or are you still trying to work that out in practice?
I don't have starters. I believe that every given practice gives them the opportunity to improve, get better, and compete. And I think that makes the practices more competitive. So that way when they come in, they'll know exactly, okay, well, I did my part. If I didn't do my part, then okay, I know for a fact Coach is not going to have me as a starter. So they already know that. So they know that they got to come in and they got to work extremely hard in practice. And on game day, that's when they're told who's actually the starting guy.
So, Coach, the last thing I wanted to ask you was, it's been a difficult transition for a lot of your kids to come from high school to this level. What does it take, in your opinion, what does it take to be successful for some of your athletes that might be wanting to go on to four-year major college programs?
One thing, they have to be very humble. They have to be very hungry. They have to be willing to work extremely hard. They got to be willing to listen. And they have to be willing to embrace what it is that we're trying to do here and understand that it is a true value of your scholarship. You're here and people are paying money for you to basically go to school, get a quality education, play basketball games, and win basketball games. And my job as a coach is to push them to their full potential, even when they might feel like they've reached a little bit of their potential. If I see something more in them, that's my job, is to push them. And so each one of our young ladies have a golden opportunity to go to the next level, and they will get there. And one of my strong suits is to make sure that they all come out